What's up, everybody? It's Mr. Bear here, futures day trading. Got the Nasdaq futures contract up. Gonna do a little pre-market prep. Take a look at what we got going on in the market this morning. Let's look at the daily chart to start. Today is what, Thursday? We can actually take a peek at the weekly chart just to see how the week's shaping up. Bearish week. We've had two previous weeks of red candles. Today's also looking, or this week is looking up to shape. This week is looking to shape up to a bearish week. Gosh, that was hard for me to get out. That being said, if we switch over here to the daily, we can see that we're bouncing off of a down, the bottom of this down channel. Sorry, guys. Not enough coffee this morning. Bottom of this down channel, right here, bottom of the Bollinger Band, also the bottom of the channel. We're getting a bounce. So although it looks bearish, I am cautious. Yesterday, we came in with a bearish bias. This was all opened up to the downside and looked like we were going to fall, which we did. We've broken through 15,000 psych level. We're not trading below 15,000. But I wouldn't be surprised if we pop back up above it. And just for a second, maybe take a peek and then dive back down. I'm not sure. We've actually already popped back up above it in pre-market, so it's got that going for it. Let's drop down to a 4-hour to take a look. Draw a trend line or two. I don't know what I think about this channel, but we'll take a look-sees. You can see we're in this down channel, popping off the bottom of it. A couple of things I see here. You could try to trade that if we break this trend line that it would fall down again, or try to take a short somewhere up here 15,100. It's about 100 points away. 100 200 points. I mean, this doesn't look like a lot, but that's 100 points right there. That's a pretty significant move to get up to this area of resistance. So I don't know. I think we are probably going to get an impulse to the upside on the open, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. Let's drop down to an hourly. As you can see, I'm starting with my higher time frames, working my way down and trying to find some opportunities. Just this, we can see how we're touching right off. It'll be really interesting to see how it reacts to this trend line here. If we're able to get, these 3 touches on it and solidify it a little bit, I think then if we got a break to the upside, we may come up into here. And what we were saying before is this 15,200 level. We've also got the value area high of the weekly volume profile. Big low volume node up here, so prices are probably not going to want to go up there. This would be, a significant area of resistance coming into this level. Particularly this blue dotted line is 200 SMA on the hourly. You can see how prices reacted to it over here. So this whole area up here looks like your short zone. All right, it's your short zone. If price starts moving up and we get into this higher volume node on the week, I think that this would be your target area. So it'll be really interesting to see what price wants to do here. Now, again, we can draw that trend line that we had drawn out on the 4-hour. Just kind of draw it like that. If we break below VWAP, and I think that if we get below 14,949, then price is probably going to want to come back down to these lows. But that being said, let's look at some order flow stuff. We got positive 27 cumulative delta. Let me get this stuff off my screen. Positive 2,700 cumulative delta. Green on the day, trading above VWAP, basically completely the opposite of what we had going in yesterday. But if you remember, we looked very bearish coming into the market yesterday. And what did price do? It popped up on us on the open before eventually falling down into those areas that we had identified during the pre-market prep. So probably trapped a lot of bulls, then popped down. And now we may have trapped some bears and maybe popping up. Let's take a look at Bookmap. We can see if we see anything interesting on here. If you guys are interested in Bookmap, there is a coupon code below, promo code. You can use that affiliate link. It helps the channel out, it helps me out. It will help you out by saving you some money, and yeah, everybody wins. Let's take a look here. Try to adjust this zoom. I had this not set up quite the way I like it. One thing I like to do in pre-market with Bookmap is look at those high levels of liquidity. I bet we see a bunch. I mean, the psych levels are always going to have, you know, the hundreds are always going to have big levels. Let's see if we can something like 15,200. All right, guys, I got about 10 different things running on my computer at the moment. It's not happening. 15,050, there's a big level. I mean, the same thing happened kind of coming in yesterday. The 15,100, of course, has a big level. So those same thing was yesterday. You know, we had big levels to the downside at the 50 and 100 levels. It would be interesting to see what we've got, you know, to the downside. These high levels of liquidity will typically attract price on the open, and I'm not seeing a lot to the downside, to be honest. You know, my eyes are moving up. There's some down here at 900. I don't know. We'll have to keep an eye on it. Yesterday, Bookmap showed us a real nice trade to the upside where there was a really high level of liquidity sitting up at 15,050-ish level, I think it was, or 40, 45. Price got sucked up into that and then just absolutely crashed when we broke 15,000 and started moving down. So I do like to take a look at that throughout the day and just where those levels of liquidity are sitting, and also watch the order flow coming through on it, trying to identify aggressive buying and selling around key levels. So key levels coming in this morning, again, is going to be this ascending trend line, course forms an area of confluence with grab a pen, with the 20 SMA on the hourly plus VWAP plus this ascending trend line. That's just going to be a big level. That's around 14,950. Again, Bookmap showed us a lot of orders sitting down there. Some orders sitting down there. I don't want to get too excited about it, but yeah, this that level for me, big one. Right here, you can see when I draw a blue box, it pops up on all my screens. We've also got a touch over here, area of support where price pushed off of and made this move, and then obviously up there up here around 15,000. Oh, man, that's such a far way out. Let's see what happens. 15,200-ish. This trend line, kind of like that. That might be a reversal zone. And yeah, when we looked at, market's going to open in 7 minutes. When we looked at here, I mean, that's, I'm going to actually put this up a little bit. Somewhere around here, maybe. Would be a real key level. But I think that if we got through the upper band here, we start breaking higher, we get up through back into this high volume node, somewhere up in here, looks to me to be interesting for a place where price may want to move through and just go up. So we might look for, you know, the impulse up, move down, and then maybe buy the break of that trend line that forms, that counter trend line, expecting a push up into here. And this would be kind of what I'd be looking to pick up. Again, that's kind of my trading plan just coming off the bat. Yesterday, my trading plan did not come through on the open, and that happens sometimes, but that's what I'll be looking for. And if the market gives me something different, I will adjust accordingly. All right, guys, let's let the market open here in a few minutes, go fill up our coffee mugs, and we'll come back and see if we can find something interesting. All right, guys, so we do have a break of that support level, which we had drawn out in pre-market. I am looking to go short on it. I'm using this low volume node as my entry, and I don't know if I'm going to get filled or not. Delta's dropping lower. I really don't want to chase it. Don't make me chase you, price. But gosh, it's just going to move without me. I can't get filled on it. But I did a video yesterday where I talked about when this is one of the setups that I look for when price breaks a new low, and then we get an LVN that forms. And using that LVN, that low volume node, as a place of entry is one of my setups that I like to take. We can see we broke through that. I mean, your target on this for today may be down all the way here at 878. 66. God, I just want to jump in on it, but I want to get at a good price. Certainly has room to the downside. Everything's turning bearish. Delta's still holding, but this is just bearish structure. Trying to find entry. I don't want to short the bottom and then have it whip up on me. So, you know, I also don't want to miss the move. It's a conundrum. Not a conundrum. It's a, I get filled here. No, doesn't even want to do that for me. A little bugger. I might just have to jump in. Doesn't even want to go up near that. I have to jump in there. Almost filled me, didn't. All right. I really don't want to see this thing come back up into this node. And if it does, it does. Nothing I can particularly do about it. See if we can find a decent target price for it. That's about 10-point stop. That's not bad. It's $250. I do not know why my, oh, it is taking off the, okay. Sorry. I don't think I'm. Session cumulative volume delta is negative 2200. Very bearish, you know. Will it come back up and hit VWAP? Maybe. If it does, you know, I'll take my stop here at 52 and then probably get back in at 59. Try to take that short again. See what happens. Do we see some big orders sitting down here? I bet we do. We don't really, actually. There's 54 sitting down there at 900. A good sign. See what it wants to do here. I do think we are moving down. The SMA. You just got to take your stop and I'll get back in at the 8 or if we got some bearish action. Bullish candle on the 5-minute. It's probably going to stop me out. Up. Not a big deal. Get back in up at 58. I think come down. Hate to do. God, it looks just so bearish. Might add to it at 58. I'm gonna do that. I gotta take a bigger. I gotta take a bigger profit on it. Probably not going to add to it there anymore. See if this holds. Be really interesting to see how this 5-minute closes. I also don't want to see it come back above the 20 SMA on the 1-minute. So it's a pretty conservative stop. And you know, this was kind of the trading plan that we came in the morning. We were looking for it to break one way or the other. So okay, so that was a decent drop. I got at 16. I thought I would just get overextended around 15. Looking to get out around 10 to 15, something like that. I probably could held on to this for another 7 or 8 points, but definitely want to get out around 900. held onto it. This cumulative, when you see cumulative delta dropping like that, if you look at cumulative delta down here, that's just a nice sign that, to hold the trade. Again, another high volume node coming in here. This is just showing me price acceptance, that we're accepting these lower prices. Definitely should have held this a little bit longer. I think today we're probably coming down to like 86, maybe breaking yesterday's low, coming down to 860. I think it's probably got another about 20 or so points before it reaches exhaustion, but I'm just going to take profit there and not get too greedy and have to endorse some drawdown. Okay, guys, looks like we may be getting another short entry opportunity. Popped up to the 20 SMA on the 1 minute. Price likes to repeat itself. So sometimes what you can do is find repeatable patterns. And here what we can see is that price has respected the 20 SMA in the whopping 30 minutes that the session has been open. We get a bearish candle on the 1 minute. Your take profit could be back down here at the bottom of the band on the 1 minute, which is where I've put mine, back down at session lows. If we break higher on that candle, we're probably going to pop up to VWAP and make a move up. But we'll see if we can get something out of it. Right now, we're risking 13 to make about 20. Fudging that number a little bit to make about 18, 19. So about 2R, but actually about 1.7R. Let's be honest here, Bear. It's 1.7R. Could be better, but take what I can get. I could actually move my stop here to 36. Yeah, 38 maybe. Try to make that a little bit better risk reward. So now it's risking about 7 points to make 19 points. So that's all right. Got another bearish candle on the 1 minute. It's looking like might play out for us. Target on this would be the bottom of the band. Minute. Could move your stop to 32. You really don't want to see it pop back up, but I'll keep it where it's at. Let's see if it gets another move down. You're kind of wondering if it's going to be, I'm looking around the minute, if it's going to be one of these or if it's going to be these. And it's looking like it's going to be one of these. So that's the way it goes. Let's see what we get here. Just keep watching it. 38. I don't like moving my stop. I don't move it there. I'm just going to use the 20 SMA on 1 minute as my stop loss. Looks like we're going to hit it. Yeah, that's all right. Take the loss. You can't have the winners without, well, still hanging in there. Can't have the winners without the losers. All right, let's wait for another setup. All right, guys, I'm back in the same trade. Just took a short on the break of this supporting trend line, shorted it here, and got out as we saw some weakness in that move. I can see the Bollinger Band here on the 1 minute pinching in like that. It means kind of how they're clamping in like that kind of means that the momentum's dying out. It could be a shift in direction. And we may just be a little bit overextended to the downside, but I took that short on the break of this supporting trend line here on the 500 volume. It's also over here on the 1 minute. So my original trade would have been fine. Would not have taken my take profit, which was down here like at 11 something. It may fall down, but trying to get that scalp as we break lower there. And then when you start to see weakness in price, or it just doesn't seem like it's going to go anymore, and you start to see some buying come down here on Delta, you also see some buying coming over on Bookmap. Come on, buddy. I got so much stuff running on my computer, man. Cooperate. You can see that buying coming through on the order flow. I think it's probably going to chop around down here for a minute. Now you got this bullish kind of a bullish candle in the 1 minute, but again, I think we're going to get some consolidation. Would not be surprised if we pop back up to 50. So I'm definitely going to take a break now. I'm going to go get some coffee. So we had one winner, one loser, one winner. Basically where we started with after the one winner. Okay, guys, took another trade there. We're looking overly bearish on the Nasdaq this morning. We've already broken yesterday's lows, pre-market lows, all the lows, moving down. Pre-market plan, I guess this would be pre-market plan number 2 is kind of coming into play here, where we had this supporting trend line. We've broken through that pretty aggressively. Now we've come down to the bottom of the band on the 4-hour chart. The 14,850-ish level. We may get another move down to 850, which is 20 points away. Tempted to take another trade on it, but what we had going on here, took 2 contracts. It was over here on this 5-minute chart, just a bearish candle on the 5-minute. The whole Bollinger Bands on the 5-minute were opening up. We've got higher time frame technicals to the downside, move down to a 5-minute. You're seeing the setup on the 5-minute. Opening up, momentum to the downside, 2 bearish candles. You just take it. Stop is right above. We put our stop above that local support, which I guess was at 906. I think 906.50 was my stop. And our target on it was the bottom of the band on the 5-minute. Looks like we are going to get another move to the down. As I'm chit-chatting, price is going to move down to 850. Maybe even start trending lower. I don't know. But yeah, it's probably going to be my last trade of the day. It's 9:37, and P&L looks okay, although you should never look at your P&L. So bad to look at your P&L. If you guys are interested in this sort of stuff, you find any of this has any value, I'd really appreciate a like, even a subscribe to the channel. Helps me out a lot, encourages me to keep doing these. I know I took a little bit of a break this summer from doing videos, but I'm going to get back into it in the fall. Also, if you're new to trading, I highly recommend doing a prop firm challenge, I guess you'd say, and never trade with money that you cannot afford to lose. There are a couple coupon codes below that will help, that will save you some money. It also helps support the channel. So check those out. 2 of the firms, Apex Trader and also Take Profit Trader. Recommend both of those. You can check them out. They have slightly different rules, but both, I think, right now are 50% off if you use the coupon code below. So thanks a lot, guys. Hopefully I will see you back here on the channel soon. Take it easy. Bye.